On videos I refer to back for how to play. Today we're looking at how to play the game That Old Wallpaper. This is from AEG, came out in 2022, designed by Nathan Fortin and Danielle DeLay, and I believe artwork is by, doesn't say, it does not say. Anyways, we got a nice rule book, pretty nice box. And it's all about like old school wallpaper that you might see at a grandparent's house or something like that. And it's for 2 to 5 players, ages 10 and up. Takes about 15 to 30 minutes, depending on the player count. In the game, you get 109 of these wallpaper cards, mini little cards, 2 plastic coated finishes with different patterns on each side, and some of them have foil sides. These are wilds that can basically be put anywhere. You have these round trackers. You'll be playing 1, 2, 3 rounds. It is double-sided. You also have these sets of cards here, one for each player. And there's red, yellow, purple, blue, and green. And these have cards numbered 1 through 10 that you can basically use for bidding. You also have these tokens, 1 for each player. Perfect bid, or perfect recall tokens is what they are. There's little wooden discs. They look a lot thicker in the picture here than they actually are. There's a score pad which has lots of papers. Only single-sided though. Where you can see what the scoring is going to be, so to speak. You also have 21 of these hazy memory cards, which are wows. It can be used either this way or this way. And so I'll just kind of set up here a little bit. Basically, it says it's a game of piecing things together for 2 to 5 players. It's remember that old wallpaper we used to have in that one room with the funky colors and those weird sunburst patterns or whatever? Okay, good, because that's what we're doing. This game is about drafting stacks of wallpaper cards and piecing them together to most closely recreate the patterns from your memories. Whoever matches the most shapes and colors collects the most unique mementos and puts together the highest scoring section of wallpaper, wins the game, and makes their grandma proud. Indeed. Now, let me just double check something here. I wanted to see something to verify. So yes, the main game is going to be for 3 to 5 players. You can play with 2 players, but there's a variant for that in which you're going to play with a third AI player, which is going to be known as Grandma, and they will be the oldest player in the game, which matters for the placement of these chips, basically. So let's look at the setup. Each player is going to get one of these stacks of cards. We'll just do 3 players. We'll put the other ones away. But again, it's just 1 through 10. And you're going to mix them up. They should mostly be mixed up. And you're going to place them face down into a draw file, and you will draw 5 cards into your hand. We'll put the rest aside. And then after playing, you will draw back up to 5. You continue doing this for 5 rounds. Once you get to the 6th round, when there's no more cards in your draw pile for you to draw back up, then the round will end. You'll move on to the next round. That's how you keep track of the rounds. So basically you're playing 5 cards per round. You're going to take these perfect memory tokens and place them by age or whatever, random way you want to put them. We'll say that I'm the youngest, either the youngest first or the oldest first, or oldest last, I guess, youngest first, oldest last, or whatever order you want. You'll shuffle the deck of wallpaper cards to form a face down draw file. And then you're going to establish a number of wallpaper cards in the play area equal to the number of players. So for 3 players, we'd have 3 columns. For 4, it'd be 4. For 5, it'd be 5. For 2 players, there's going to be 3. And so what you're going to do, I'll show you these cards here. They have different patterns on them. Some of them have this red oval in the middle. If, it's probably best to explain that. Do a little setup here. Now, some of them as well have patterns in foil in the middle. There's a diamond, a square, there's a triangle, and there's this 6-sided one. I forget what that's called. And if you collect those, if you collect all 4 of them, it gives you bonus points, as seen right here. So if you get 1, you can get 1 point for 1, 3 points for 2, 6 points for 3, 10 points for all 4 shapes. The red ovals, if you have the most, you're actually going to lose 2 points. But if you have the least, you get 2 points. And then there's scoring for the different symbols, the different patterns that you complete. Anyway, where was that one? Anyway, what you're going to do is you're going to put out a column per player. 1, 2. Now, if it has the red oval in it, you're actually going to add a second card to that column. Possibly more if there was another oval. And then what we're going to do is we're going to bid on these. And you got your round trackers and these cards off to the side as well. The hazy memory cards. And you're going to immediately draw the second card if the oval, a red oval, appears. You can set these up here as well. And for the rounds, of course, you're going to set them up with round 1, 2, and then the final round on the bottom. And so let's get on with it here, shall we? And basically, it's about placing cards and trying to match patterns, whether you have these 2 cards and you match this one, or you match these 2 together. You'll draft cards and play them into a tableau in front of you. So I'm going to actually sub everything up so we have some room. And then I'll probably just set something up. Let's look at how you play the game though here. And these ones here that are hazy memory, the wild, these can be matched up to anything. How you get those, I'll explain. So, turn is going to work as follows. Everyone is simultaneously going to choose a numbered card from their hand of 5, put it face down in front of them. And then we simultaneously reveal. Ooh, 2 10s. Whoever plays the highest numbers, this is actually kind of perfect, is going to put theirs here, and then we go on and on. So mine is the lowest. It's going to go on to the last one. These 2, because they're tied, they're going to go sideways here. The tie is going to be broken by who is first in this line. So yellow is first, so they're actually going to get the first choice here. Purple is second. And then you're actually going to move this to the back. And so the yellow would get this card, purple would get these 2, and I would get this one. And then these would all get discarded into every player's discard pile. I'll just put them underneath so we don't mix them up. Then you will draw back up to 5. And again, as soon as you go to draw a card and there's no more to draw, that ends the round. And you would move on to the next round. And then do the same thing. And so forth. So then we're going to bring out more cards. We get 1 each. And we just do the same thing. We each put out a card. From the hand, not the draw pile. Whoever has the highest one, it's first, second, and then third. So, get this one. And then when they take it, they could, match these two. They can match these two. You don't technically have to match anything, but you want, obviously that's what you want to do ultimately. Which one you match is up to you. So I would get the next one. I don't really have any matches. So I'm just going to play this here. And then they would get this one. They already have 2. They're going to play like this. Or maybe like this. And then this one could go here. It can match anything, basically. Or they can even do it here. So you keep doing this again until the round is over. And then you're going to do 2 more rounds. Eventually you're going to have a bunch of cards in front of you. And you will score. Let me just put these back. And I'll just do, like a sample for the scoring. And when you're placing the cards, you're going to be doing the highest value on the high end, lowest value on the low end. Like we did, the high end is the side with the draw pile on it, as per the rules. And so, like I said, if, as we saw, 2 people play the same number, they kind of bump each other around, and then we determine who gets the first and second, or second and third, whatever the case might be, based on the order here. Now, one thing I did forget is whoever gets bumped, in this case it was this player got bumped, they would actually get one of these hazy recall cards, and they can put that wherever they want. It's a wild, they can match anything. So when you have 2 people who have the same number, like we did, we had the 2 10s, and we used the tiebreaker. Purple or yellow got this, or who, I guess it would have been purple that broke the tie. No, it was yellow. Yellow broke the tie, so actually they get the bump. That's right, I forgot about that. So they would get the bump because they were the ones who got bumped down. So yellow got to pick first. Their token got moved to the back. Purple got to pick second. They actually get free cards out of it because they get the hazy memory card for being bumped. That's how you get the hazy memory cards, which are wilds that can be used as anything. And it's possible that there could be multiple bumps as well. Then you take back your cards that you played, you discard them, and then you repeat, rinse and recycle. Again, a couple of things when placing the cards. You have to place them next to an existing card. You cannot place them diagonally, and you cannot place them like this. They have to. They don't have to match the pattern, but they have to be adjacent to an existing card for what it's worth. And the wild patterns can be placed next to anything, but they do not count as a completed shape for scoring. If you put 2 wilds together. So if I put these 2 wilds together, this does not count as a completed shape for scoring. This, however, does, because it's wild and it just takes on the pattern of that one. So 2 wilds together doesn't count for anything, but a wild and something else will complete the shape. Eventually, after 18 turns, the game will end. Each going to get 6 turns basically on each during each round, and then you will score. So let's just simulate me having drafted a bunch of cards. And when you do place them, you can rotate them any way you want. Obviously, you just can't place them like this. They have to match as much as possible. And maybe I have one of these in here somewhere. I actually already have one. Let's just say I have, something like this. Boom. Something like that, all right? So then we will score. Now, first you're going to look at all your completed shapes. Each completed shape is worth 2 points for every pair that's completed. And again, if you have 2 gold next to each other, they don't count as a completed shape. But let's see what I have for completed shapes. I got this one here. I should mention the shapes have like names. Let's see if I could find what those names are. Flowery red things, wonderful yellow sunshine, blue lacy, blue spacey things, and green leafy thing, and then the wild one. So I have the green leafy thing here. I got the purple space one. That's 2, 4, 6, 8. I just do it like that. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, 30, 32, 34, 36 points is what I would have. Obviously, you might get less than that. You might get more. It really just depends what kind of luck you have, what patterns you get, and how you're able to line them up. So you score that. Next, for scoring, you will count your unique mementos. The unique mementos are these purple foil shapes, the squares, the diamonds, this one, and there's a triangle. If you get 4 different shapes, 4 different mementos, you would get 10 points. I have 1, 2, 3. That means I would get 6 points. If you have 2, you get 3 points, and if you just have 1, you get 1 point. And of course, you're gonna write this all down. This is one player. This is Jetta. This would be how many of each shape I have. This is, and you can see this one is this one, and then this one is this one. So there's two different ones you're just counting up, but you're going to count up the long ones and the ones that are cut this way and the ones that are cut this way, kind of separately. And then you count up how many points. So I would have one, so that's 2 points, two, two, two. Then you're going to look at who has the most or least of the red ovals. I have 1, 2. Whoever has the most loses 2 points. Whoever has the least gains 2 points. Let's just say I have the least, so I would get 2 points, or maybe I lose 2 points, whichever happens to be the case. Then you will score the perfect recall tokens. Just a random thing, but whoever is first, which happens to be me, gets 2 points. Everyone else does not get anything. I don't know why that's a scoring factor, but it is. I kind of think that should be a thing. Now, in regards to the mementos, if you have a duplicate, actually I have 1, 2, 3, 4. So actually I have all 4. I didn't realize that. So I would get 10 points, not 6. I didn't even realize I have all 4. That's just, actually no I don't, because I have 2 diamonds. So I would still just get the 6 points. If you have duplicates, which is perfect, I was just going to mention that. If you have duplicates of the same memento, you don't get additional points. And you can't count, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. No, I would get 1, 2, 3. Sorry, 1, 2, 3. The second diamond does not count for anything. I thought that was 4. I thought that was all 4 saves, but no. So I counted correctly the first time. If there's a tie, by the way, for the most or the fewest, you will all lose or gain points. So if 2 of us were tied for the most, we would each lose 2 points, or if we were tied for the least, we would gain 2 points. So whoever has the most points has created the most accurate and faithful recreation of that old wallpaper and is the winner. If there's a tie, whoever has the fewest of these oval symbols would win. If there's still a tie, you share the victory. So it's an interesting little game. It's tableau building. It's matching, laying out cards. It's fine for what it is. I like using this as a tiebreaker. I don't know how I feel about giving whoever is randomly in first 2 bonus points, but it is what it is. It's a pretty cool game. Comment, like, subscribe. Let me know what you think. We'll see you next time. I apologize, this one's a bit long. We'll see you.